And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is today's Bitcoin analysis video. I have Sean with me today. Sean, say hi.
Good morning, guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Looks like we're going to have an exciting weekend, or rather week, ahead of us. Krisha, what are your thoughts? Exciting or boring?
I don't know. I mean, this could still consolidate at this level. So currently I'm on that weekly time frame, Sean, and I'm looking at price relative to the Ichimoku cloud. And while the picture looks, bearish on those lower time frames like the daily and the 2-day and stuff, we've lost some major levels on there. If you look at the weekly time frame, check out what happened last week, right? We got all the way down to the weekly Kijun, okay, and then bounced right off of it only to close inside the Ichimoku cloud. And this is something I've been harping on about for like months on end now, that price has been respecting that Ichimoku cloud so bloody well. All this time, if people just played the Ichimoku cloud, there was a lot of amazing ranges to be had there.
Yep, really good trades to be played off the Kijun over there, and it did line up with some of our higher time frames on the 2-day, the 4-day, 3-day as well. So there's some good bounce plays to be had over there.
That's right. And I mean, right now, price is inside the cloud, right? We did close inside. So question is, do we find support on this the bottom of the Ichimoku cloud, as well as that Kijun there, which is pretty much sitting at around, where is this? 8,855-ish, right? I mean, we could very well get supported and maybe see a bounce, right? Or we could break to the downside. So it could be either or. Now, the thing is that we could still consolidate at this range and then see a bounce or then see a break. So it's still a very neutral picture if you're only looking at the weekly time frame.
Yes, but that's not what makes things potentially exciting for this week, right? So let's go through the scenarios. Bitcoin has a nice bounce over here off the Kijun, off the bottom of the cloud over here, and hey, perhaps potentially bounces all the way past 10K, going to the top of the cloud, giving us a nice edge-to-edge trade finally to 11,400, right? Yeah. Now, at the moment, that's not looking very likely. Second scenario is Bitcoin loses the bottom of the cloud, loses the Kijun, loses the 21 EMA, coming at around 8,700 now, I believe. Okay, all of these weekly levels, and then we have a nice trade going down to around 7,200. But there's a lot of thickness to chew through over there, a lot of resistance to the downside, guys. A lot of support towards the downside that Bitcoin needs to chew through to actually, confirm that weekly move towards the 10K. And that's if you're looking at this Ichimoku template over here. However, there's a third scenario, Krisha. We just go sideways, which we talked about a few weeks ago, right? Hey, Bitcoin could simply shoot into the cloud over here. We don't have a flat bottom, as you can see, right? That's exactly what we did. When you don't have a flat bottom, there's a nice, or rather a higher probability of us just drifting down, right? Yeah. Into the bottom of the cloud. We've seen that happen so many times now, Krisha, right? And keep doing that. We could do that for another month, to be honest, all the way from July to August, get down to around 8,579. The 21 EMA is likely going to start shifting sideways too on the weekly time frame. And as long as we're holding the cloud and the bottom of the bottom of the cloud and the 21 EMA on the weekly time frame, Bitcoin, it's going to look fine. It's not going to look great, but all coins are going to look really good if Bitcoin goes sideways, right? Now, at any point, Bitcoin may just give up those major levels and crash hard or bounce towards the upside, which is why we need to always keep an eye on Bitcoin being aggressive. But looking at this weekly time frame, the reason I think things are exciting here is because Bitcoin is showing hints of sideways until a couple of things pan out. Now, I'm still saying that Bitcoin is looking more bearish over here than bullish, but just looking at the weekly time frame, you got to give sideways a higher probability than people are giving it right now. That is a scenario people aren't giving enough credit as a potential outcome.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it doesn't have to be a very black and white sort of picture, right, for Bitcoin. And right now I do believe, like, if you're just looking at weekly horizontals, now guys, I mean, you guys are looking at my chart. I have these 3 green boxes, right, along with my horizontal lines. These are all weekly levels, okay? All levels that I have derived from that weekly time frame, weekly historic price action. And Sean, the current range that we're in is between 9.3K going all the way down to 8.7K. And I do believe, like, with Bitcoin's current posture, I'm looking for another retest, at least at the bottom of the cloud, at around 8.9, even possibly back to the Kijun at 8.8.
Okay.
Right, and we could see, like, you're right. I think we could totally see that is a plausible sort of, you know, outcome where we see sideways price action.
Yes.
So that would be nice. Really, that would be very nice, because the alts are going to start looking good once again.
But Kusha, let's move on to now the 2-day time frame very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-day isn't looking too hot to me. We took out that major wick low that I've been looking for Bitcoin to defend at around 8,891.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, did it happen over the weekend, or was it on the Friday? Nope, it did happen on the weekend, right? 27th was a Saturday. Okay, cool. So maybe you can give this the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not feeling too good about that. That being said, what makes this really difficult is that the 200 moving average was exactly there, right? We were talking about how we are waiting for Bitcoin to lose that 8,900 level, that 8,850-ish level rather, on the 200 moving average on the 2-day time frame. And until we lose that, we can't really go hardcore into a short position. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason I'm saying that is, the reason I'm saying hardcore is because I am very, very tempted to start positioning, okay, for a starter position towards the downside. Yes, towards the downside. And the reason for that is because of that wick that we took out at around 8,900. We also took out the previous wick low of the previous week, right? So there are signs hinting towards me wanting to start a position, but not over here. I'd be looking, Kusha, and it's funny that you mentioned that the range you're looking at on the weekly is 9,350, because I'll be looking for a bounce to around 9,350 on the 2-day time frame. Yeah. That's where I got my 9.35 level. If we get there and get rejected, I do think I'll take a starter position, because hey, Kusha, 2 days before we close a monthly, right? That's and right. The 9,350 level is going to be a very, very key level. If we don't defend that, I will be looking to get a starter position at the very least, and then look for continuation and add underneath 8,850 as we start getting down there. So yeah, that would be a lower high, Kusha, on the 2-day time frame.
I think that's actually a pretty solid plan, because if you look at the 9,350 region, right, that's not only a weekly major horizontal, that's also lining up with the 2-day 21 EMA. Right, so even getting a position on that, I'm just sort of trying to run this, through my head right now. It'll be an easy one to manage, because you're right in that we close the next monthly in about 2 days.
Yep.
Right, getting rejected off that region. Now the thing is, this is what makes it all so interesting. Okay, that 9,350, I'm just going to pan on over to my monthly just very quickly. Okay, now I have my, luckily I have my horizontals just... let's see, I have them marked out already. There we go. Okay, so now these are my monthly horizontals, guys. Sean, I'm currently on that monthly time frame. And I do believe that there is that 9,350 also holds on the monthly time frame. Yep. And that is something that we went over, right, in our last
over
video.
and over and over
exactly.
and over again.
So this is what we were looking at, right?
Month.
Exactly, and we closed over that. So last month we actually closed over that 9,350 region, and so we're essentially going to be giving it back this time. So question is, can we hold it? And that's why I think that's actually a really good position. That's actually a very good plan, Sean. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. I come up with these good plans every now and then.
No, but
I don't share them with you because you're dead asleep, right? I'm crafting away in the mornings, early mornings. Sun's still not out.
I think that'll be a very easy trade to manage. It'll be an extremely easy trade to manage.
And that's all that really makes a trade easy, right? Or rather, a good trade. Your ability to manage your risk on it. And I think this one gives you a nice level and a nice time horizon to manage your trade off to. So let's see how it goes.
So now question is the monthly time frame. Now we close that in about 2 days, right? So say we close underneath 9,350.
Mhm.
Okay. What are your next sort of targets to the downside for Bitcoin?
So here's the dream trade. If you go on over to the 2-day time frame, you're going to notice that the 2-day and the monthly are closing at the same time, literally
Yes.
in a day and 15 hours. So we don't have to wait too long at all. Okay. The monthly open was somewhere around 9,500ish, right? You can go ahead and mark horizontal right over there, and you're going to see that that's a monthly level that we can play off at around 9,480ish, 9,500ish. Correct? I'm only looking at the Ishimoku template over here on the Mango ribbon. Very, very simple. What the dream position where you could manage a trade-off would be Bitcoin actually shooting up past the 21 EMA on the 2-day. Because I switch back to the 2-day? Apologies.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
So if Bitcoin bounces somewhere around here, okay, makes its way towards the 2-day Tenkin, which is at 9,500, gets rejected over there, and then closes underneath the 2-day 21 EMA. So if you guys are in the Mango Seed program, you guys will find a section under the trading strategies that you guys will find very, very, very familiar, right? So this is a small variation on that strategy that I've listed over there. And this one has led to some really, really profitable trades while being extremely stress-free. So a lot of my trades, a lot of my entries are really geared around, hey, how can I make my life as stress-free as possible, and how can I manage my trade as easily as possible? And if I do get that trade opportunity, that's when I will be jumping on it, because it fits both those criteria, right? It gives me, one, a stress-free way to manage a trade if it does go my way. Two, very, very easy to manage it if it doesn't go my way, right? I get to often get out of that position in a profit, even though I ended up being wrong, right? So you guys will understand why in the video. Please go ahead and watch it. And number two, it gives me a really, really strong trade, or rather a big win towards the downside if it does go our way. Because we've been looking at this 2-day Kumo twist opportunity all the way down to 7,300. Hey, perhaps in 7,150, all the way since Bitcoin made its first test to 10,000, a second test rather, to 10,000-ish on the 1st of June. So 1 month later, okay, this might be coming to fruition. Okay, I was bullish back then. Okay, and I do want to talk about this a little bit because even when I was bullish, I was always scheming, or rather planning, a potential down move on Bitcoin because I saw the signs, right? And this is why, guys, you can't be too hell-bent on your trade or your directional bias. You always got to look at both sides, because your job is not to be right. Your job is to make money. And if you mentally start preparing for it, you can start positioning for those trades.
Yeah.
So yeah, Krisha, lower high wick to around 9,450-ish. Okay, if you do see a rejection over there and the monthly rejects 9,300-ish, that's when I'll be holding on to a position, looking for a down move. Krisha,
so what's the plan if it doesn't get up to the Tenkin there? Do you usually build on your position, or you wait? How do you do this? Because I mean, I'm looking at the Tenkin right now on the 2-day time frame, and I'm like, wow, that's far. That's far. Do you think we're gonna get up there?
Bitcoin may surprise. We may not, right? You can't discount the possibility. Bitcoin may just roll over right over here and get sucked into the Kumo twist. But in that case, I'll be looking to take my position underneath 8,850. I often say this, and people get a little bit confused. Let's say I'm looking to long a trade, right? I'll say something like, I'm willing to buy higher or willing to buy lower, but not here. And people get confused as to why. The reason why, guys, is because this is sitting in the middle of nowhere at the moment. We're underneath the 21, we're underneath the Tenkin, but we also have the 200 moving average and a lot of weekly support underneath us. I'd rather us take out all those levels and then take a surer trade. Similar towards the upside. We get towards that resistance. I'm willing to take the trade over there. Doesn't matter if it's far away. That's where I'm willing. That's where I'm excited. And that's where it's easy. That's where it's stress-free. And Kusha, around 9,000, it doesn't need to be 9,500 exactly. It could be around 9,450-ish as well. If Bitcoin kind of makes a big move right now, like a quick move on the lower time frame right now, like in the next few hours, I may actually even take 9,350. And you might be asking why. That's a little bit more of a complicated answer, but the Mango Vine will help you guys in that situation as well. So keep an eye on the Mango Vine, guys, for all of you who have been who do have access to it, you guys know how the 12-hour mango vine has given us some it's literally has 100% success rate ever since this bear market started at around March. When we got our first shot all the way at around 9,000, I think it was 9,500-ish, 50-ish, just before your birthday, all the way in March, before the corona can. It gave us the trade. We didn't take the position. That's a different story, but it gave us a big signal, dumped down. Ever since then, it's been nailing it. Okay, it's been nailing it. Will it keep nailing it? Hey, I hope so, but so far it's been nailing it. It's been nailing every short move, every long move, and now I'm waiting for the next big signal on the vine to give me that confirmation towards my trade. So, hey, I'm excited. Let's see how it all pans out.
Yeah, Bitcoin is looking very interesting at this point. Now, the thing is that another sort of the last time frame I want to go over today, Sean, for Bitcoin at least, is actually the monthly time frame. So we're just going to pan on over to the monthly time frame, and I'll tell you guys what I'm looking for personally. Okay, now this is going to be my forecast just based on that monthly time frame. If we lose this 9,350 region, so we do not manage to defend it in 2 days, I am actually going to be anticipating a move all the way down to the monthly Tenkin at around that 8.5k region, and more, and possibly, okay, this is there's a good chance just by looking at the horizontals and looking at how price, has been oscillating within its ranges. I think that suddenly 7.7k will be plausible. That is going to be the major monthly horizontal after this region right here at around 9,350. Okay, it's only at 7.7k, guys. So that's, if I'm willing to get, I think I'm going to be getting greedy with my spot buys. Definitely.
Fair enough. I think if you're looking to kind of start DCing into a position in Bitcoin, maybe now there's a more of a case to say, you know what, I hold back a little bit and maybe increase how much I do buy lower. But at the same time, Bitcoin may surprise. So Bitcoin may surprise. The monthly right now will be a lot clearer in 2 days. Lose 9,350, Krisha. That's going to be the big sign for me.
Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. At the very minimum, 8.5k. I'll be stacking some BTC on there too. Yes, sirree. But is there anything else that you want to go over for Bitcoin, Sean?
Yes and no. I'll do a more in-depth video if people are interested in Bitcoin. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do a more in-depth video tomorrow for you guys. Perhaps we can do a video earlier in the day. So let me know in the comments down below, guys. So those of you who got this far into the analysis, I'm pretty sure you guys are the ones who are more interested in that kind of thing. So if you're this deep into the video, hey, thank you for joining us thus far, and I'm sure that you guys are the kind of audience that Mango is looking for, right? More people who want the longer, more detailed videos. So again, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you guys are interested in the stream tomorrow morning. We could answer questions too for you guys. So yeah,
of course.
But for now, Kusha, I think that's good. Let's go ahead with that random altcoin you wanted to cover. Which one?
I don't know. It's up to you. I'll let you pick.
We could do I was gonna say ADA, but ADA. I'm gonna say ADA. Okay, we'll say ADA.
Oh God.
No, ADA. Let's do it. It's actually coming to my tongue a lot easier. ADA. But let's do Zilliqa.
Okay.
FYI, guys.
So are we doing Cardano or are we doing ZIL? I'm a bit confused. Okay.
I want to ZIL because I want to follow up on something we talked about over the weekend. Okay, so let's switch on over to the weekly chart, Krisha, and we were discussing about, hey, where do we actually come and find that potential higher low on Zilliqa, right? We were discussing this over the weekend, and things panned out so well. Now, did I get a trade off this? No, but if you guys were watching the videos, you guys probably got a trade off this because I missed it. But things panned out exactly like we discussed, right? We were like, hey, okay, just maybe we get a high or low somewhere in the middle of the range that we were discussing between 150 to 160 Satoshi, and then close above the weekly Tenkin and the weekly Kijun. And Kisha, that's exactly what we ended up doing. We put in a low at around exactly 169 Satoshi, bounced really hard just before closing the week, closed over the Kijun, closed over the Tenkin, and now we're holding the Kijun on the weekly as support. Not a bad look at all. Not a bad look at
That was
all.
bloody bullish. 16%. That wick alone was about a 16% wick on the weekly time frame.
Yeah, I don't want to say that was a bullish bounce by all means, okay? But I don't want people to get excited just yet and say, hey, we're reversing to the moon right from here. But hey, that if you switch on onto the 1 hour time frame, that bounce was really, really strong, right? And that's what we were looking for. We got it. And now the question is, do we see continuation? I'm looking at the weekly time frame right now, Kisha. It's not convincing enough. If you want the sure trade, 240 Satoshi. Okay, 240 Satoshi, closing a weekly candle above that, and I'll be looking for a continuation. The other trade was the trade we discussed over the weekend, trying to catch that 170, 160-ish, looking for the mid of the range over there before it gets all the way down to around 140, right?
What time frame are you on, Sean?
The weekly. I do apologize.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like, I was on the daily time frame when you were talking about the levels. Okay, now go over those levels again.
Okay, so essentially, I was looking for us to catch the middle of the range between around 210-ish to around 140, right?
Okay.
And that was coming in around 160, 170-ish, right? We went over this over the weekend, and that's what we ended up doing. We bounced right at the middle of the range because we were trying. We were like, okay, we have Kijun, we have the Tenkin over here, but we're looking for a higher low. Where would the safe buy be? And we came up with 160-ish. Okay, so we got that. Now we've closed over. Now we want to see continuation. And you could be looking for a trade over here, play it off the weekly time frame, or you could just wait for the month to close. And Kusha, if you look at the monthly time frame now, since we've been looking at Bitcoin on the monthly, I think it's fair to look at ZIL on the monthly. That's not the prettiest candle. It's not the prettiest candle at all.
Let me take a look at it. Sorry, I've sort of been disconnected from ZIL now for some time. I do believe that the major level for that ZIL should be taking out, if it has to take a turn for the better, okay, a bullish turn, it's actually going to be that 211 sat region. If you just place a horizontal there, right, and just get down to your 2-day time frame, or even your daily. Actually, I haven't looked at the daily yet. The 2 days, I think, better in terms of that region. The daily 21 EMA as well as that 2-day horizontal at 211. You'll notice how we've been holding it as resistance.
Yep.
Right. So I think if we can take that out, if we can start taking out the daily 21 EMA for starters, right, I think that's going to be your first bullish tell in that, okay, this could very well likely settle above this horizontal here at around 211 sats. If we start getting consecutive candle body closes over that region, I think this could take a bullish turn. Why the hell not?
Yeah, I do agree. I have 214 marked, Krisha, on my chart. So yeah, that would be another way to be looking for a trend reversal trade.
And there's another thing I was looking at for ZIL. Now, this is something I just sort of glanced over not too long ago, and I've been mentioning it in the streams, in the comment section, as well as in the Telegram chat. There's like this M-like formation. Do you see it?
Yep, I do.
Right, so you'll see this best on the daily time frame, and if you look at the measured move, I'm not sure if we've met the measured move yet. I'm taking the wicks, by the way, Sean. So I'm taking the wicks. We did have a beautiful break, so that's good. I like neat patterns.
Ooh, mine lines up exactly with the wick, Krisha. If I take the wick, the breakdown lines up perfectly with 169 Satoshi.
Yeah, so I'm getting around I'm actually getting 153.
Okay, so
yeah, I mean around-ish, right? So, but what is to note is that we haven't got down there. I think if we start losing not the Kijun, I'm not sure if the Kijun is the best guide, possibly not. But if we start getting rejected at the very least off of that 21 EMA on the daily time frame, we keep using it as resistance. We could very well come all the way down here to 153 to, find some support there. Whether it's going to be major support or loose support, time will tell. So yeah, it's a good chart. It's a very neat chart. That's one thing I really like about ZIL.
Indeed.
Right?
It's been a pleasure to trade it for sure. Like, very, very easily when to get out of the trade. Losing that neckline at 238 was the sign for everybody who did miss it. And hey, if you did not get over there and you want something a little bit more lenient, losing the 10K and the 21 EMA was definitely the time to stop looking for longs on ZIL. And now we want those levels to be taken back again, right? We want the 21 EMA on the daily or the 2-day Tenkin. Take those levels back. If we're looking at just horizontals, 216 Satoshi. And hey, there is a C-span trade to be had on the daily, Krisha, between the Kijun and the Tenkin. That does line up with our thesis that, hey, we do break that 214 Satoshi and see trend continuation.
Yes. But that is going to be the major sort of level to be for everyone to have their eyes on, because that is going to be your first tell.
Yep, I agree.
Right? And yeah, I mean, that's it, Sean. Is there anything else that you want to add to this?
Nope. Just trade safely. Trade the stress-free way. Do it the mango way. Throw a like, throw a subscribe, and hey, we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.
Perfect. Ciao, guys.